Welcome to video NB4, converting from base 10 to a different base x. So here's the problem. Convert 200 base 10 to base 4, and I'm going to show you two different methods. If I'm going to base 4, sometimes it's helpful for me to write down the digits. So digits could be 0, 1, 2, and 3, just so I remember not to exceed the digit of 3. All right, so the first method I'll just call intuition, for lack of a better name. And all I'm going to do is try to force the place value. So I don't know how many digits. If I'm going to base 4, I'll have at least 3, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. So let me just make a list. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm in base 4, this would be the 4 to the zeros, the 4 ones, the 4 squareds, the 4 cubes, etc. if needed. Then let me write down the friendly values. These are the ones. The rightmost digit will always be the ones. These will be the 4s, the 16s, and the 64s. And all I've got to do is try to divide 200 into these different bundles, starting with the highest bundle first. I know I don't have to go to the 4 to the 4th because that's going to exceed 200, so I'm going to start with 64s. How many 64s go into 200? 3. Okay, let's see how much we've got taken up there. So 64 times 3, 12, is 192. So by putting that there, I've got 192 accounted for. Let's see how much left I have to deal with. So 200 minus 192 is 8. So I've got 8 more to account for. How many 16s can go into 8? None. How many 4s go into 8? 2. And then 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 8. I've got nobody left to account for, so I'll just put a place value there of 0. So my answer is 3020 in base 4. And I just did it by forcing the place value. Now there is a shortcut. I'll show the shortcut, but I just want you to understand what's really going on. So the shortcut is really doing this in disguise. Okay. So the shortcut I'll call divide and remainder. Divide and remainder. So we're going to start with 200. And we're just going to keep dividing it by the base number we're going into, in this case, base 4. 4 goes on to 25 times. Bring down the 0. So 4 goes on to 250, remainder 0. It's very important that you list the remainders to the right side. Then I'll divide that by 4. 4 goes on to 50, or I'll just go 1, 4, 10, 12. All right, so 12, remainder 2. 4 goes on to 12, 3, remainder 0. Then what I do is I circle each of these values, and if you note, 3020 is the exact same answer here. So this process is just a shortcut for this process. So let me write the answer, 3020, base 4. One very common mistake, students oftentimes forget about this top number. So you want to call it king of the hill, top of the hill, whatever you want. Just please remember to include that last digit as well. And how do you know when to stop? When the number you're dividing into no longer goes into that last quotient. So there you have it, how to convert from base 10 to base x using two different methods.